So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. So I'm laying here and I'm thinking, right? How Gappy Wagwan, my dear. Gappy, good morning. Bom dia. Greetings, blessings, much love and positive energy to you wherever you are. Barcelona at 3 p.m. The world is up and about. Israel. Well, okay. Bonjour. So I'm sitting here thinking how I'm still in my lawsuit, my case with VP since January. Since January, right, I think. But I've been battling with them like since 2012. I realize and I'm going to perform early today too. Somebody just talked about the performance today. I'm going to perform early. Just because of circumstances beyond my control at the moment. That's just what it has to be. But I'm sure I'll see you guys again next year or at another event. So I'm thinking about how I'm still in my case with VP since January, and I've been battling with them since 2012. When I kept sending emails back and forth, trying to figure out where, or my team, anyone, just trying to figure out where my royalties were, why they weren't showing up, and, But anyway, we are where we are right now at this moment in the big old federal court. And you would have to definitely understand a lot about music business and the industry to realize that it wasn't just a bad contract, right? One of the situations, somebody said, aren't they supposed to look out for the best interest of the artist? No, they look out. Okay. I'm gonna give you a scenario about that. Just remind me. Are they supposed to look out for the best interest of the artist? I will tell you about that in a little bit. So it's not just a bad deal. A lot of people have to say, oh, you signed bad deal and now you're vexed. I've seen them say that to other artists. So I'm just like ruling that out from no, because I'm not a troublesome person. I'm not a person who, hi Jamari. I see your new project coming out. I can't wait to hear it with Kabaka Pyramid. It's a wicked song, I think, because I hear the instrumental in the beginning. I just think it's going to be wicked. But anyway, it's like this, right? You and your partner or your friend, and I say your friend because I'm just trying to, break it down where anybody can understand, right? You and your friend or your partner create a product. Both of you create a product together. And the deal is that you and the partner is 50-50, right? The profits will be split 50-50 or whatever it is. The business will be 50-50. And when the project done now, when everything's done, completed, then your friend takes the product to a bigger company and sells the product. or license the product to the company and takes all the money and walks away. When your friend come back, your friend is saying, oh, but you're gonna see how much it's earned. Just look at the statement and pick out the products that we made together, and you'll see how much it made. How would you feel about that? Like, you put in your hard work. You didn't. A matter of fact, the person who actually sold it, they didn't do shit. They didn't do nothing. They just like take it and say, yo, we do the production, you do the work, and you get 50% and me get 50%, but when it's sold, you don't get nothing. Period. And the other company that they sold it to continuously is selling it, even up to today. How would you feel about that? What would you do? Would you sit down and say, oh, well, in my case and this company, it's not like their whole advance was something major. Like, you get this major advance from a label and you see the music I sell and you're like, you know, I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. No. It's like, you know, your advance was nothing. It was nothing, basically, because it was a 50-50 arrangement on this particular thing. So how would you feel about that? And that's just part of it. That's just a minor part of it all. And every time that I'm supposed to, like, you know, go to New York or be anywhere in their stomping ground, I just get it gets so weird for me. Like, I get, you know, a little uncomfortable. I get a little upset. I get a little everything. It just, and I love performing and I love being where my people are. How am I going to get in trouble for talking about, if you do me something, right? If you do something to me, that has brought me through all kind of stress and depression and bag of things, you don't get to tell me so me can't talk about it. How am I going to get in trouble? I can't get into trouble unless the court or my attorney says I can't speak. But so far, I've gotten no orders from any court or no attorney that I can't speak. And then again, too, I can't talk about like the intricacies of it all. Like, I can't talk about and the reason why I can't talk about it is because I cannot, because of my knowledge. Remember, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't speak on what the lawyers are talking about because I don't speak their language, you know, and I don't want to end up saying the wrong thing. So I can't go and say, oh, well, this is the claim and stuff, but it is public record. It's on record. Like, I think you can go and see the case. You can see everything. It's public knowledge. Some parts of it, I guess. Somebody says some people only love money, but listen to what I say. Majority of the artists in Jamaica, right? None of them are born rich. Remember that. And I don't think not even me have the mental strength to talk about everything in my life, because I still get so emotional about whole heap of things. And my story goes deep. And I think it would be better for me to write a book or to record pieces and then stop when me go cry and start again, you know. None of us was born rich. Most of us, we do music out of some of the injustices we see to our people. And we say to our people because in Jamaica we're very proud of our country and our people, as much as things may be bad. Sometimes, remember, we will talk about all the bad things and we will cuss each other. But let it be that somebody says something about us, the whole are we ready for tumble on upon them. So, it's a thing. Right? And we all got a story. All of us have a story. And we come up with songs based on our pain. I could talk for myself. I'm talk for myself. I write songs based on my struggles, my experiences. And one of the main reasons why I wanted to do music is to inspire people and to uplift them and all the positive things. But in the end, I wanted to also help a lot of people, including my relatives, especially my relatives, come out of poverty. I've seen the gunshot them in my gate, in my house, in the house in Augustown. I've seen everything we can think of. Just everything. And so, when I was told to go write my first song, I wrote my first song. We don't want no trouble. And VP was not around then. It was just Free Mind Music and, you know, the Fifth Element family. That was it, right? And my plan was to write my music, and I always said to Subby them, yo, Subby, we're going to create the music and produce the music and we distribute it ourselves. You know, it was never like, it wasn't a label thing for me, you know, because my mission was bigger than what I think a label, a major labeler, them could understand. They would, I think they would have know what to do with me. Because them time they, oh man, I was just on a different level mentally, you know, and I thought that I was like superwoman or something, that I was just going to fix a lot of issues. Well, heap of things, you know. But more than anything, I wanted to be independent. And after Fifth Element was raided and everything mashed up and everything, then after everything mashed up, then I went on my own, right? Walked in the street, distribute the music. I tried to find my way, you know? And then I'm up on a flight and a man sit down next to me and him say, yo, I am the owner and or like him I say, I'm the business owner for a business manager for Green Sleeves, and I would like to, you know, work with you. I say, are you touring and stuff? I said, no, I'm not touring yet. I just started, you know. I said, I could help you get your first tour. I don't understand why they're promoting the music and you're not touring, you know. And that's where I met Olivier from Greensleeve on the plane. And when we reached back at Jamaica, the man said to me, say, I saw him over by Robert Livingston's studio when we go rehearsal. The man say, hey, I'm going to give you this, what do I call it now? It's not like a contract, but it's like a binder, you know, for a contract. I'm going to give you this contract for you to look over. And if you're interested, we'll talk about the long form later, the rest of it later. that was when it began, you know, on the publishing side, actually. But it's one thing that I wished I didn't do, is ever doing business with them at all. Because what I discover is that these people would rather pay a liar millions of dollars before them pay the artist. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Remember, I'm not the first one to ever come after this company for what is mine. But they rather pay the liar than pay the artist, even when they know. Even when they know that they did something wrong. Even when them, it's like you thief something, and you fight for dear life for keep where you thief. And remember, you know, imagine if all of them artists from back then till now came after this company. Yeah, them come in and them capitalize upon where you never know in the beginning. But after a while, you learn and you start making different arrangements and different deals, right? Hence the 50-50 argument. But sometimes them say when you're in a lion mouth, you have to take time dry it out. In this case, I bet I made the walk well left my hand. Yeah, in other case, I bet I made the walk away and left it. Because in the end, you'll find somebody's the artist supposed to look out for the best interest of the artist. I remember one time I went up on tour. I was on the road. At the time, the only touring artist besides Beres at the time. And I walked up in the office because things just wasn't working right, you know. And I'm saying we have a project and you guys aren't promoting the project, and we out here doing the best that we can do. So what about Uno? What I do? You know, there was nothing happening. So we go up in the office. I told my manager, I said, look, I want to go and talk to them my damn self. So we went over to the office to talk to them. And the one, Aaron, I don't even know his last name, sitting up and telling me, well, you know, the numbers and this and that. So I look at him and say, listen to me, talk out your mouth one more time. Just say that out. Just say it one more time. Say it again. I said, we're out here selling the CDs, doing the music, doing everything what we can possibly do to promote the thing. You need to do your part. And it's like Burger King putting up a new burger with all the bells and whistles in it, but they never tell people. So how is Burger King supposed to actually sell the product? But years ago, I had the same conversation with somebody in the company. And the person said to me, you and this other artist, all we have to do is just put up the music and it sells. So we don't have to do much to promote your stuff. That was like 2013, right? But anyway, right now I'm talking about like 2015, 14, 15. And I'm saying you guys need to do something about, you know, the promotion. And I remember Christian come to the show that we were doing in New York. And he stood in the corner and watched. And when him sisse, the CDs, the music, the CDs were going so fast. Because in his mind, CDs are not being sold. I don't know what he was thinking. You can't speak for what's happening in somebody's mind. So anyway, he was so shocked that he came over to the table, because I was there. I was actually signing the CDs, and he came over to the table and started helping us to sell the CDs. And this is when they started, thinking, okay, maybe we need to do this, but they never did anything we asked them to do. They never did it. But funny enough, the very thing that we asked them to do, we saw another artist doing it like 3 months later. In that meeting, after that meeting was done, I went downstairs to talk to the attorney and the 3 owners of the company. And I asked them that very question. I said, I can't remember exactly how I asked the question, but I asked them, what is the priority? What is the goal of this company, or something like that? That was the basis of the question I asked. And they said, our priority is to preserve and to build our catalog. To preserve and to build our catalog. To preserve and to build our catalog. We can't say it no better. Like you definitely would have to understand what I mean when I say that. I'm performing today. I'm performing early today in DC. I think gates open at 12. I'm performing very early. My show day was supposed to be on Saturday. But on Sunday, sorry. But they're no longer doing they're switching around the shows. They're no longer doing the Sunday show because of a few issues with some of the performers on the event. So they swooped everybody over to today. That's what's happening. So there were some switches, and I do have, other obligations. So we're just trying to make it work. So we can please everybody. At least I'm trying to. We're trying to. I'm in DC today. But anyway, I'm gonna finish that, but when I talk, say I don't want to be distracted. Me come talk about show another time in a few minutes or something. Back to this lawsuit with VP. It's still going on. It's been going on since January. And I've seen Kemar McGregor go through it from like 2014 all the way up to now. And Up to now, Kamar McGregor is still sending emails to get his works that was registered incorrectly sorted. And up to now, this moment, they haven't reached out to the people that were on those titles that they settled with Kamar McGregor. They have not said a word. And they're supposed to reach out to these people. And it's a lot for me to break down, so I'd have to talk about it another time. I don't even know if I ever will. Because some of them people, I know, I guess everybody's on their own paths. You know, and maybe don't have enough time to pay attention, but maybe soon or another time they will pay attention. This is serious, like me say. A lot of us in reggae music do music for the love of music, for the love of people, and because we like to perform, we like to share positive energy and feel good message and music, you know. And these people come in and they take 100% advantage of you or your group of people's lack of knowledge. And even when there is a solid agreement, remember, I know, like me, enough of these youths that you see coming up out of Jamaica singing, all they know is straight Garrison. Knew before music was straight Garrison, nothing else. They see, like I see, my relatives are go through poverty and have to fight them way out. Abuse on all kind of levels. Garrison nice, and I get me wrong, because poor people find a lot of things to laugh about and play music and have fun and eat where them can eat and thing. But and that you see Juliet now, you say if you let people take advantage, they do. You see, you have to understand music. If you know, you have a point. But if you understand how music works, then you understand how deep this goes. This even though this is a conversation on a level right now at 9:20 in the morning, me in my bed, you have to understand how deep this conversation goes. It looks simple, but it's not simple at all. There's nothing simple about this conversation. Remember, I'm telling you that. It goes very, very deep. And when I look at my life, where I'm coming from, and how these people think, like I always wonder for many years, all them sleep. Like, oh, you have Christmas holiday, right? Like when you have Christmas holiday and you take out the gifts them from under your tree and I give your kids them, do you think of the people that you take that money from? Do you think of how their relatives or their family is at that time when you're living your best life? I wonder if any one of them think about them people. Do you think that their children, do you think that their children, right, deserve any of what your children are getting. You think say an artist in a Jamaica, when you look on any artist in a Jamaica, believe me as me say now, a lot of us come from poverty. So we responsible, or we feel obligated to take care of we feel obligated to take care of those around us, right? And the people who helped to see us through, right? And you come in, and even when you know what you're doing for years, for generations, right? So when you see me cry now, it's not just because of my own story, yeah? But it's for a lot of a story. Yeah, enough of these people run go to them company, yeah, because I've seen and know of people who are in the right and go collect money from these people, small amounts of monies too, and walk away. So even then, themselves sometimes don't care about what is really theirs. But you have some people, right, who have went after theirs, and instead of them just turning around and say, yo, you know, so we do something wrong, or we made a mistake, or something, and just like, all right, yo, I could find a way to resolve. Nothing. I have to take the camera out of my face when I cry. Nothing. Yeah, Burning Spear went through it and probably still going through it. Whole heap of people. But I'm just saying, at what point do they stop? Enough time when I say whole heap of artists run and so walk up and down, and remember me telling them, I say, oh, them are this, them are that, or them are live big. Listen, they might have lived a life, a certain kind of life, but they are responsible for a lot of people. Because them relatives, them family, them not born rich. So I say all of that to say when a company like this takes from an artist, they take from a lot of people, whole heap of people. So, and I've seen, you see, as a matter of fact, the man done gone already. He's not even here anymore. So it don't make no sense me talk about him own life. You know, Joel Chin, God bless him soul. Let me tell you. Are them own relative that. When a lot of people could go after this company and to do what them you know, to try them very best. But a lot of them are afraid of a lot of things. They're afraid of being blocked. They're afraid of people that attack them. They're afraid of a lot of things, so they don't. But you see me have a different mindset, you know? And I'm not a troublemaker. I don't like to fight. I don't like chaos, and I don't like, you know. So when you see me get up and say, I gone too bad, man, and them feisty on top of it, you know, like, yo, them district, them feisty. Just to find out any information. And you send email, or anybody send email, the response that you get, it's like, I not even know the level to put it on. Like, I don't understand. Like, as a creator of the music that these people are eating from, you would think that they would have like a little something in a them. No, them fierce tip on top of it, them rude. They believe that Jamaican artists are stupid, or the people from there is stupid or something, the way them communicate and the things that they do. They believe that they don't have sense, like them really think them stupid, like they're beneath them, and they're very nice to get what they want, and once they get it, they're done. So you just feel like you're raped. You feel raped when them done. You know, it's like unbelievable. You feel used. And I love to say, somebody said, do artists seek legal advice before signing a contract? Listen to me. And I'm going to say this again for the last time. I said this for the last time. In this case, yes, part of it is about signing a contract. And yes, I had legal advice. I had legal advice. And some of them don't. Some people don't, and they wouldn't be the first to not seek legal advice first. A lot of major artists have done that at some point in their lives. But this is definitely much deeper than just about signing a bad contract. I keep saying that over and over. In this case, it's completely different. But every time that I get anywhere near this company, it always brings up so much, so much, so much. And if I could talk about everything or explain what the claims were or something like that, I would. But I wouldn't do that because I would leave that to my attorney, because I don't speak their language and I can't break it down for you. But my experience with that company was rough. And every time my managers and my team would try to, get the things that are in the agreement, or, you know what? They make you feel like, say, in some days, they make you feel like you and them cool, like everything good. Especially when them know so them might get, when them might get where them can get, and you don't know, Lord, them go in. Them go in. Them go, let me say them go in, them go in. Let me give you an example. One day I asked for, I tell them, I want to execute the next option, which means that I want to do the next album. And the manager that I had at the time sent me this long email. I mean, so what kind of email this? Like, when I was doing the first album, I never got this whole email. It was just a letter saying that they're in agreement to execute the next option, and we'll move on. So I skipped over the email, but just say, you know what, he will handle it, because I'm gonna go to Japan now. I'm reaching at Japan. Few days passed, a week passed, and one mind say, get up now and go read that email. And I'm saying, I said to myself, it's like a conversation in my head, and I'm like, no, because he's gonna handle it. And my spirit said, get up now and go read that email. When I opened the email, I had like 10 days to respond to that email. And if I did not respond to that email, it would mean, remember, the only thing that I asked for was just to execute the next option and do the next album. You know what was in that agreement? It says that in executing the next option, I'm going to extend the agreement to add another 4 albums. And I had 10 days to respond. And by not responding, it was like authorization. It was like giving them the okay to extend. Remember saying no, I asked them, I'm going to repeat it again. I asked them to do one album to go. I had 4 albums. I reached the second one now. I mean, I'm ready to execute the next option. The manager sent them an email, or I had a conversation or whatever, and the email came back with an extension for 4 more albums. And if I did not respond in that 10 days given, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take off the address everything off at the top of the letter, I'm going to post it. May I post it? May I show them? You know, a lot of people like to say, "Oh, show me your receipt." May I post it? May I post the letter? Make you see it. And I call the manager and I say, "Let me ask you a question. You didn't read this email? You didn't see what was in the email?" Him say, "But we have a relationship. We can talk about it. I can just talk to them." So I say, "You can just talk to them." This agreement is in black and white. And you're going to just talk to them. Really? Let me fire the manager at the same time. Me, I got to take off the address off of the letter and post it. For sure you. And I'm going to show you what the other option letters look like. And you compare the two of them and see what me I talk about. So imagine if I had just left that up to him. Me would have been obligated to this company unless me get a lawyer for 4 more albums for the rest of my life, basically. And that me I deal with, been dealing with these people, like just different levels of things. And I would do all of that and, you know, record the albums just the same and go and do all the shows and meet people and everything, you know, and people would never know. They would never know because I never made any alarms. I just fought my battles quietly. I fought my battles quietly, but I am tired of doing so. Because somebody will go and just take from you and fight to keep what them take. Remember, the music is forever. It is forever. It doesn't stop. And even though a song like Roots may not be still popular in Jamaica or wherever, it's forever. And these people are in the lives, it's like a land title, right? And they're in the title, wrap up forever. And I'll lease it out, and they're leasing the property, and I sell the property every day for generations, just every day, decades. And you, who basically build a house, just have to sit the house and pass it every day. Yeah, that's how deep it is, you know. It's something else. Just remember, say music is forever. So I can't allow things to go messy forever. I have to fix it. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to fix it and align things the way they should have been, and to have, since they don't want to do the right thing, have them forced to do the right thing. I'm going to be performing in Rochester, Island Raps, and I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. And I'm going to be performing early in Washington, D.C., and then at Island Raps. And then the rest of the dates will be listed. Somebody said, I am not afraid. Well, I can't be afraid, to fight when it's time to fight. The word said there's a time for everything. A time for peace, a time for war, a time for love. The only thing that I can ask you to do is just to continue to pray or to have me in your positive sides and your meditation. Juliet said, be the change. Well, I am trying. I am trying to. And I hope that I inspire many other. Remember, these people think, say, Jamaican people in music do. It must be that them things that them not have no sense to be doing this for so long. And to be so rude sometimes when they talk to people, especially people in the publishing department. Them rude as hell. Them disrespect, them rude bad. So you must expect, say, some of my responses, them not nice neither. Because I'm the most respectful person to everybody, even the man with sleep. If me walk past somebody that sweep the floor in our building, or that serves the people, or clean the room, and don't say good morning, it must be that I don't see them, or good evening, or whatever, or don't say hi to them. It's because I didn't see them. Otherwise, every morning, anywhere me day, no matter what level you are in the world, I have the most respect for you. Everybody. Because a man is just a man. No matter how much you have or how little, a man is a man. Or a woman is a woman. A person is a person. It's a human being, But them people are rude. And rude bad. It's about time. It's about time that we, as artists or creators of the music that these people cannot create, teach them how to treat us. Some people say, oh, we deal with them before, we never have the problem. Yeah, but it depends by your standard. It depends on your standard and your approach and where you expect to get in the end, if anything. And then the real problem usually come, though, when a song breaks. They must say, oh, I deal with them, I never have a problem. But so when the song break, that's when everybody start get busy. Oh, shit, no, you know what I mean? So it just depends on a lot of things, And enough artists right now, there are a few artists right now, in the same or similar boat. I chew them not talk. But we soon hear. And you notice how quiet the media is? You notice how quiet the Jamaican media is on this case. You notice how quiet. You know why? Because this company sponsors them a whole lot. There may be other reasons, but they're very, very quiet. Somebody said never seen it in the media. Only one, I think only one person wrote about it. The rest of them are very quiet. You notice how quiet them is? Not Jamaica, darling. Just the media. Not Jamaica, not the people. You see, there's a difference, you know, when you said Jamaican media, not the people, you know. Not the people. Because the people, them know enough things. As you can see on social media, then the blogger them attack more than the media in some cases. They're a lot louder. Not the people, them. But anyhow, I'm just letting everybody know, say, I am still in federal court with VP and VP Music Group and Greensleeve and all of them, the whole group of companies, all of them. I think I'm in Massachusetts in September 10th. September 10th. Derek Studs, with your eye wide open? Yes, I'm still in federal court in New York with VP. And I gotta let you guys know that it's been since January and I'm still there with them in court. And I guess if you want to go back and watch the whole thing, except for when I wish I could have taken out the part there. But I get so emotional when I talk about my life. That's why I can't talk, you know. I swear I gotta go write a book, or I have to record it and then post it so I can actually edit out when I get too emotional. But I get really emotional because my people, my family, my relatives, all the reasons why I got into music, it means so much to me. And all of you who support me every single day, you mean so much to me. That's why I take the time out after some of my shows to say hi and to give big hugs and to sign autographs and to create music that is, you know, positive and uplifting, and music that you can play around your whole family, kids, everybody, without being embarrassed at any point, at any moment. DJs don't even ask me. They don't say, oh, we have to listen to the music first to play it. They just play it. They just play it because they know that there's nothing explicit or, you know. Someone said, how can you support me more? You can buy the latest album, Pamoja. You can stream the music a lot more. Or you can go to etanamusic.com. Or you can, you know, purchase the shampoos or the all the Etana organic stuff that is on etanamusic.com or on Facebook or in Walmart or Amazon, or simply just stream the music. What I would like to see moving forward, you see, is that I do have plans. I have plans for um, later, which I will include other people who are interested. But I would like to see. I'm gonna think it gonna ever stop because a thief I gonna always try for thief. A thief is always gonna try to thief. That is a thief. But I would like to see like artists being more independent, or if not more independent, and working with other companies, that they get deals that are fair and that serves them in the long run, you know. That's it. Because a lot of people look to the member of the family, or the friend or associate that they helped along the way. You know, man, it's like a ladder. You go up, so you pull me up, you know, kind of thing. That's what I believed in, and still believe in when I'm, you know, when I was growing up. That's what I was taught. And you just look out for each other. And when companies like this pop up, they just get in the way of so much things, because then, oh boy, they take from everybody, not just one person, everybody. Well, there's two things. When you're independent, a lot is on you, the artist, the label, to do. So, and when you're with a major company has been around for many years, right? So them have many different links. Them link up with different people, different companies that can open doors and give bigger and better opportunities. And, you know, everything is bigger and better. VP is not a major company. They're more like a distribution company to me. So for some companies, the opportunities is supposed to be better, but some companies just don't provide that, you know. So them all people, what I say, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You're independent. You do everything. You own everything. That's the major part about being independent. You get to own everything. And so your catalog is like, oh, them say, we have preserve and build our catalog. Well, when you're independent, you have the opportunity to preserve and build your own catalog. But when you're signed to a label, they own everything. Or it depends on the deal that you make with them, you know. So the opportunities are bigger and better, but you give up a lot more. So it depends on what you're willing to trade. Somebody said, let them create. That's the thing. They don't create anything, but they want to take everything. So that's why I said it depends on what you want to trade, what you want to give up. You know. All right, then. Thank you so much for listening while I vent about my lawsuit and my struggles and my fight. But we continue to live, right? And we continue to do, and we continue to fight. And I'm still living and loving life. It's the greatest gift. And no, I'm not going to give up either. And I'm grateful for my attorneys who are so amazing. They are godsends, I call them. They are amazing, these two. They are amazing, and I'm so grateful for them. And I'm grateful for all of the support with my family, relatives, everybody. I'm so grateful for it all and grateful for them, because I could not have done anything without them. Somebody said, don't need an audition. For now, I don't. I think I've got two of the baddest women around. I mean, it's not just two of them, but they're the two main, Two of the two baddest. It's the baddest women. At Miami Entertainment Law. They're amazing. And you know what? I think it's good to find people who actually love the music, like love artists, and people who actually understand. Sometimes it's hard to find people who can actually understand how they operate and have a different kind of respect and love for the art and for people. It's hard to find that, so I'm grateful for them. Like I said, I'm not the only one. There was Kemar McGregor for many years, and there was Vegas, Mr. Vegas. Recently, there was more long before. Some of them actually made, but I'm just saying it would be better if them just do the thing the right way. Like if the roles were switched, if everything is switched around, and I was the label and they were the artists, then would I want to pay them and deal with them fair? So why not just do that? It's just so weird. Like I don't get that part. I don't get it. Just do that. Do what you would want me to do if you were in my shoe, or if the roles were switched.